How did misconceptions about iconic 1960s film productions begin? Imagine a time when Hollywood was caught between tradition and change, and the movies of the 60s reflected that tension. That's when many ideas about those films started to get mixed up. The old studio system was breaking down, and the strict production code was losing its grip. This code, created in 1930, set rules about what could and couldn't be shown on screen. But by the early 1960s, it was seen as too limiting. Some foreign films with nudity or controversial themes slipped through, while American movies still tried to follow the old rules. This created confusion about what was acceptable in movies during that time. Censorship also played a part. Some theaters edited scenes that showed interracial kisses or explicit content. Groups like the Ku Klux Klan even protested or threatened theaters showing movies that challenged social norms. These actions made it hard for audiences to see the original messages filmmakers wanted to share. Instead, they saw edited versions or misunderstood the film's true intentions. At the same time, foreign films from Europe brought new styles and ideas. These movies often showed more social criticism or explicit content than Hollywood was used to. When American audiences saw these films, they sometimes thought Hollywood was losing its way or producing lower quality movies. But really, these foreign films were pushing Hollywood to evolve and rethink what movies could be. Critics in the 1960s also changed how movies were viewed. Before this decade, critics mainly promoted films or kept their opinions superficial. But during the 60s, critics started challenging Hollywood's sanitized image. They praised films that showed real social issues and questioned older movies' lack of honesty. This shift made some people think earlier Hollywood films were fake or out of touch, which added to misunderstandings. Representation of race and ethnicity also played a role. Many movies still showed stereotypes or reflected prejudices from earlier times. Hollywood was mostly controlled by white-owned studios, and this influenced how minorities were portrayed. These portrayals often reinforced negative ideas, making it seem like Hollywood was not interested in progress. But some films did try to show more diversity and social commentary, even if they were misunderstood or overlooked. Finally, marketing and behind-the-scenes stories added to the confusion. Studios used promotional films and television ads that sometimes made movies seem more glamorous or simple than they really were. This created a myth around some of the most famous films of the 60s, making them seem like perfect works of art when they often had complex stories behind the scenes. All these factors combined to create a picture of 60s movies that was often misunderstood. The clash between old and new values, the social upheaval, and the changing standards of what was acceptable all played a part. This mix of confusion and innovation makes the era even more interesting today, as we look back at how Hollywood struggled and grew during that transformative decade.